Welcome to this video of the Facebook Marketplace Masterclass. In this video, I would like to do a comparison of Craigslist, eBay, and Amazon. So first of all, what we want to do is we want to start with Craigslist. Now, probably many of you know Craigslist and perhaps some of you don't. Craigslist is one of the biggest online sales platforms. Now, when you go on Craigslist.com, you think, how is this even a $400 million business? Because let's be frank, it looks extremely unprofessional. But somehow people got interested in Craigslist, and now all over the world there are different Craigslist platforms. So you have, for instance, a Craigslist for New York City, you have one for Berlin, you have one for Moscow, and so on and so on. So Craigslist right now is a global player. It is a global player, and it definitely is one of the biggest platforms right now out there on which you can sell your products. And I titled this video with similar but not the same, because Craigslist is the platform which is the most similar to the Facebook Marketplace. Why? Let me explain. Now, I wrote down 4 different factors that I want to have a look at with you. So first of all, products can be sold online. I mean, that is the first very basic thing that both platforms have in common. Now, both are online, both are places where you can sell something. Then number 2, people can come up with their own payment methods. So both platforms can actually be used with more than just one payment method. So you can use PayPal, you can use Stripe, you can use many different methods in order for people to pay for your products. Now, of course, Craigslist is offering something, but it doesn't really have to mean that you have to pay through how Craigslist says they want you to pay. So the good thing about the platform, a Facebook Marketplace, is just simply you can decide exactly what kind of different payment method you would like to use. So whether it's a PayPal, whether it's Stripe, whether it's something like QuickMe, which is also a platform currently quite popular in Europe, and whatever kind of money transfer it is. It could even be like WeTransfer, which is also not just for files, but actually in the app WeChat, in China, a possibility to send money. So you can definitely use whatever kind of payment method you want. And the cool thing about that is it gives you a lot of choice, which many other platforms don't give you. So for instance, on Amazon, you cannot pay with PayPal until right now, October 2017. So also, Craigslist definitely has a horrible interface. It looks terrible, but people are somehow attracted to that. And here lies one difference. Now, Craigslist doesn't look very professional, but it's easy to use. It is easy to use, and people don't always want to have a super professional looking platform. Now, of course, we know that Facebook is completely the opposite. The Facebook Marketplace looks very professional. It's well designed, and it has nothing in common with the interface of Craigslist. But as we can see right here, there is a difference, but this still is not the most important difference, because people seem to do both. They seem to like incredibly well-designed platforms, but also platforms which are horrible, which have a horrible interface, but a great usability, and it's also very easy for people to find what they are looking for. Then number 4, localized product listing. And I think this is one of the factors which makes Craigslist so similar to the Facebook Marketplace. You can, in a very defined, let's say, in a very defined way, localize the products which you're selling. So for instance, when you use the Craigslist for Berlin, then you're only looking for people inside Berlin who would like to purchase a product. Now the same thing applies to LA. If you use, for instance, Craigslist LA, then what you can do is you can only sell to these people. Now, of course, you can put your product on multiple of these Craigslist platforms, but most of the time this is quite inefficient and takes a lot of work. But the same thing also applies to Facebook Marketplace. To a certain degree, it is perhaps not really helpful, or let's say not really easy, or not really, let's say, not time consuming to post a lot of products in many different areas. But if you once done it, if you put in the work, you have in many different places people who are gonna see your product. Now, Craigslist is already quite full of products. When you look at the Facebook Marketplace, what you're going to see is that most of the time, Facebook Marketplace doesn't have a lot of products. Whether it's in London, whether it's in Berlin, whether it's many other European cities, there's almost no competition yet. In the US, there are currently around 16 million products, and in the entirety of the other world, there are only 2 million products on the Facebook Marketplace as of right now. And again, we have to understand that all of these products are listed locally. So on a local basis, people can see what kind of products are being offered. So then let's go over to Amazon. I think all of you know Amazon.com, and I just want to title this with more different than you think, because you probably think, well, Amazon and Facebook Marketplace, they are looking kind of similar. They're looking kind of similar, and they also are kind of like the same thing. So as we said in the beginning, Facebook Marketplace is Facebook's answer to Amazon, to Craigslist, and to eBay. Now, the answer doesn't have to be exactly like the other answer. So the answer to a problem was Amazon. The answer to a problem was eBay. The answer to a problem was Craigslist. Are all of these platforms the same? No. Are they targeting the same problem? Yes, kind of. But now comes another product which just simply has an amazing basis, and that is Facebook Marketplace through its 2 billion people who are currently on Facebook. So Amazon is completely different to Facebook Marketplace in many regards. Some of them are, first of all, the platform is much bigger than Facebook Marketplace, not bigger than Facebook, and serves more people. Nevertheless, it is completely overrun by dropshippers. Now, almost every single product being offered on Amazon is actually created or sold by a dropshipper. Why do I say that? Well, because I was in the early days on Amazon. I was one of the persons who actually executed quite heavily on Amazon and built a dropshipping business at that time inside my basement. So what I did basically is I scaled my business, and I've seen that all of my competitors, for instance, with whom I competed, were dropshippers. They were not proper, let's say, company owners or people who actually produced that product. They were people that only wanted to sell them for more. So they purchased them somewhere else, and then they want to sell them for more through Amazon. Then number 2, people can easily compare between different offers. And I think this is one of the big problems that Amazon has for the people, and this is a problem for the people who want to make money through Amazon. Now, for instance, on the Facebook Marketplace, there is not too much competition yet, and also it is difficult for people to actually compare products, because what you can of course look for is a certain product, but often people will go by categories. So they will look for auto parts, and they see all of these auto parts. And most of the time, first of all, there's not too much competition, but also there are auto parts then for like different kind of models, for different kind of places on the car, and thus it is difficult to actually compare products with each other. Now, do I say that there's no way to compare at all? No, definitely not. But people don't use it that way right now, and I think this is one of the big advantages that we can take right now. Then number 3, there's only very limited localization of products, and thus makes the platform not comparable to Facebook Marketplace. Now, when you go on Amazon, you can, for instance, check for Amazon.de. Amazon.de is the German platform. You can check for Amazon.com or Amazon.us, if I'm not mistaken, for the United States. Now, this applies to many different kind of, let's say, places. So, for instance, there's also Amazon.cn. Now, what is the point that I'm trying to make? You can only localize so much. They're only localizing, let's say, on the national level. So they say, okay, we have an Amazon for the German market. We have an Amazon for the Chinese market. We have a market let's say for the United States with our Amazon.us. But it's not like, okay, we're gonna create an entire platform, an entire tool for instance, Berlin or for LA or for New York. It is not as much localized as Facebook Marketplace. Then number 4, Amazon is easier to use for dropshipping, and the automatization process is easy. So the thing that is most compelling, I think, about Amazon is just simply that it's very easy for dropshippers to set up a profile, to sell products, and also, of course, to automate the entire thing. Now, what do I mean by automate? Automate basically means that when you have a shop on Amazon, that you don't have to put in any work or only very little work in the process, and perhaps a little bit of work in the beginning. So you basically post a product. When someone buys it, it gets automatically shipped to that person, and that is then called an automatization process. So I think Amazon could rather be a supplier for us and not really a platform that we want to build a dropshipping business on right now. I think the biggest opportunity in dropshipping right now is rather on Facebook Marketplace. But that is my own humble opinion. You can have, of course, a different opinion. So now let's talk about eBay.com. eBay.com is still not the same. This is what I titled this little part of the video right now, because eBay is completely different to the Facebook Marketplace in many regards, and some of them are, again, the platform is much bigger than Facebook Marketplace and serves more people. Nevertheless, it's completely overrun by dropshippers. It's the same thing that also applies to Amazon. Then people can easily compare between different offers. That is also not given on the Facebook Marketplace, which actually could be an advantage for us, because then we can price the products a little bit higher. And then, of course, 3, there is only very limited localization of products, and thus makes the platform not comparable to Facebook Marketplace, again applicable to Amazon and to eBay. And then eBay is easier to use for dropshipping, and the automation process is easy as well. So again, this is a point that I'm always trying to make, because eBay is, again, one of these platforms where many people don't really genuinely offer that product. It's rather dropshippers who want to make money. So eBay, in my mind, should in most cases not be a supplier for us, because in the end it's still an auction platform. So you can, of course, buy something through an auction. You can also buy it at a certain price, but most of the time the people who sell, they're not as reliable as on Amazon. Now, you can, of course, try out eBay. I'm not against that, but I can just recommend you rather sticking with Amazon when you want to scale your own dropshipping business through the Facebook Marketplace. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. This was now a comparison of Craigslist, Amazon, and eBay with the Facebook Marketplace. I hope you liked this video, and of course, I hope you have an amazing learning experience in this course. And if there's anything else you would like to know, you can of course text me at any given time. Feel free, go into the Udemy Q&A section, message me, and I will get back to you. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see each other in the next one.